Have you ever felt completely burned out, but still force yourself to smile? You work hard, you push through, you run at full speed, yet somehow it's never enough. If waking up every morning feels like you're surviving just to work instead of working to live, then this video is for you. Welcome to Recharge and Reignite, where we're not here to tell you to do more, but to ask, why are you doing so much that you're losing yourself? Today, we're not just pressing pause. We're pressing reset on your terms. The silent signs of burnout and why you don't notice them. The most dangerous thing about burnout isn't the moment you collapse. It's when you haven't collapsed yet, but inside, you're cracking bit by bit. It doesn't arrive with the dramatic image you imagine. It's not always tears in the bathroom or a breakdown during a meeting. Sometimes, burnout comes like a quiet friend sitting beside you every morning and whispering, "Today will be just like yesterday." You start feeling empty after completing a task. The things that once excited you are now just items on a checklist. You wake up with heaviness in your chest. Even though you got a full 8 hours of sleep, you find yourself easily irritated, impatient, or worse, you don't feel anything at all. This isn't laziness. This isn't weakness. These are signs of a mental system overloaded. And if you ignore them because you think you need to push just a little more, then you're helping burnout consume you entirely. When busyness becomes a badge of honor. Have you ever noticed, in everyday conversations, people often take pride in saying they're too busy, haven't had a proper dinner all week, only slept 4 hours, but still had to meet the deadline. Even the weekend is filled with work. It sounds like they're complaining, but in reality, they're announcing their worth. In hustle culture, busyness equals importance. Fatigue is no longer a problem to be solved. It's a kind of medal of honor. So now, you're not just trying to do your job well. You also have to prove that you're exhausted from it. We're living in a society where rest is considered a luxury item. If you dare to say, "I need a day off," you might be met with suspicious looks. Are you okay? Or worse, not committed enough? The psychology behind the breakdown. Psychological studies have shown that burnout is a result of a prolonged imbalance between job demands and personal capacity. The 3 core components of burnout include emotional exhaustion. You no longer have the energy to deal with people, work, or even life itself. Depersonalization. You start seeing others as tasks rather than human beings. Reduced personal accomplishment. No matter how much you do, you still feel not good enough. When this persists, cortisol, the stress hormone, stays elevated in your bloodstream, affecting your memory, immune system, and even your ability to feel happiness. And the most dangerous part, your brain starts adapting to being in a constant state of stress. You no longer realize you're burning out because the smell of smoke has become normal. So why do we keep going? You might think, if burnout is so bad, why does everyone keep chasing it? The answer lies in something more dangerous than stress: social expectation. From a young age, we're taught that success equals hard work equals nonstop hustle. Social media is flooded with images of 5 a.m. morning routines, CEO habits, a day in the life of successful, creating an illusion that resting means failure, that if you're not constantly busy, you're definitely falling behind. Worse still, sometimes we ourselves are the ones forcing the hustle. No one asks you to stay late. No one tells you to reply to emails at midnight, but you still do it because you're afraid you're not productive enough, not good enough, not like them. And just like that, you willingly step into a race with no finish line. How do you know you're burned out when you're not even sure yourself? One of the most dangerous things about burnout is that it doesn't look like depression. Yet it's not just regular stress either. It lives in that gray area where each day passes and you're simply enduring rather than truly living. Here are a few questions you can ask yourself. Do you often feel tired, even after a full night's sleep? Do the things that once excited you now feel meaningless? Do you find yourself procrastinating, not out of laziness, but because you're exhausted? Do you keep working even when your body and mind are telling you enough? Do you feel emotionally detached, like you're just performing the work version of yourself? If you nodded to 3 out of 5 questions, pause. Not to give up, but to recognize that you need a break. No one's trained to recognize burnout in themselves. Because from childhood, we've been taught tired is normal, push through, try harder than others, be excellent, be worthy. And that's exactly why. Why do we feel guilty for resting? Here's a bitter irony. You want to rest, but when you actually stop, you feel anxious. Am I being lazy? While I'm resting, others are still working. I should be using this time to learn something new. If I don't keep going, I'll be replaced. That feeling has a name: productivity guilt. The guilt of not being productive enough. And it's a byproduct of hustle culture. A society that values output so highly it makes you believe your self-worth is directly tied to how much you produce. In that framework, rest is no longer a biological need. It becomes a terrifying void where you can't prove you're being useful. Have you ever wondered why you can't truly enjoy vacation? Why you're checking emails, replying to work messages, or planning next week's schedule while lying at a resort? It's not because you're too responsible. It's because you become too accustomed to the pressure of always doing something. Healing isn't about returning to productivity. It's about learning to exist without having to prove anything. You'll see many articles about how to recover from burnout. They'll tell you to sleep early, drink detox water, meditate, jog, read. All of that is helpful. But here's the truth. No amount of self-care can truly heal you if you're still living in an environment that constantly drains you. We can't just take a weekend retreat and return to a system that keeps suffocating our minds. You don't need a spa day. You need an internal revolution. The journey to healing burnout doesn't begin with doing more. It begins with letting go. Letting go of the need to always prove yourself. Letting go of unrealistic expectations. Letting go of the fear of falling behind. Letting go of the illusion that productivity defines your worth. And then you learn to rest without guilt. You learn to do less, but live more. You learn to respect your limits, not avoid them, but protect them. Where do you start when you want to break free? You don't have to change your whole life overnight. You just need to begin with one small decision. I choose not to let hustle culture define my worth anymore. From there, try small but powerful actions. 1. Set clear boundaries. No emails after 7 p.m. No checking Slack during vacations. No taking on extra tasks when you're already overloaded. Boundaries don't make you weak. They show you respect yourself. 2. Practice rest without compensation. Rest means rest. Not rest so you can perform better. You don't need to deserve rest. You don't need a reason to exist in a state of rest. 3. Change the way you speak to yourself. From, I'm so lazy, to I need rest. From, I'm useless if I'm not doing anything, to, my worth isn't measured by productivity. You are your own best friend. Speak to yourself with kindness. A post-hustle culture world. Is it possible? Hustle culture didn't just appear out of nowhere. It's the result of history, economics, technology, and a culture of competition. But that doesn't mean it's our destiny. We're beginning to see signs of change. More young people are leaving high-paying but soul-draining jobs. Businesses are starting to realize burned-out employees equals burned-out organizations. Conversations about mental health are moving from whispered side notes to open, bold, and courageous discussions. And the best part is, you and I, have the power to stop enabling a culture that suffocates life. You don't have to become a great success to create change. You just need to be someone who dares to rest without guilt. Someone who dares to say, I don't want a life where I wake up tired every morning. I don't want to define myself by KPIs. I won't trade my peace just to be called hardworking. A sustainable career isn't about speed, it's about endurance. We don't need to give up ambition. We just need to rebuild the idea of success from a kinder foundation. Sustainable success is when you achieve what you want without losing yourself. You work for meaning, not just for validation. You know when to push and when to pause. You don't have to brace yourself every morning just to get through the day. You might be slower than others. You might not be called a high performer, but you'll still be here after others have burned out from never stopping. And you'll be happy in the most enduring way. You won't need to run to feel like you matter. What truly makes a life worth living? No one on their deathbed has ever said, "I wish I had worked more." They usually say, "I wish I had spent more time with my loved ones. I wish I had dared to live life my own way. I wish I had been kinder to myself." Success isn't when you check off every goal. It's when you still have emotions to celebrate, still have the mind to enjoy, and still have people to share it all with. Hustle culture will always lure you with fear. Fear of falling behind. Fear of not being good enough. Fear of failure. Fear of being overlooked. But remember, true happiness doesn't ask you to run. It asks you to stop. Sit down, breathe, look around, and realize you are enough, even if you did nothing today. Conclusion: hustle culture won't disappear overnight. But every time someone dares to live differently, the system starts to crack. Maybe that person is you. Maybe this article is a sign you needed. Maybe today is the day you take off the mask of "I'm fine" and begin being human again, not just a machine. You deserve a life with more than just deadlines. You deserve a success that doesn't cost your well-being. You deserve you. You just listened to why hustle culture is destroying your mental health. Thank you for your time. If this piece resonated with you, share it with someone who needs it. We're not alone, and we deserve to live, not just survive. Why hustle culture is destroying your mental health. Are you working hard or unknowingly destroying yourself? 5 a.m., the alarm rings. You jump out of bed, brew your coffee, and open your laptop. While the rest of the world is still asleep, you're already planning your first Zoom meeting. Your eyes haven't adjusted from interrupted sleep, yet your mind is already packed with schedules, deadlines, and the success you force yourself to chase. Sound familiar? That could be you, or someone you know. We're living in an era where working hard is no longer a choice. It's the standard, the pressure, the measure of personal worth. If you're not busy, if you're not exhausted, if you're not grinding yourself to bone, it feels like you're wasting time. Welcome to hustle culture, the culture that glorifies business and turns work into a new religion. But behind the glamorous facade of productivity and extraordinary success lies a truth few dare to say out loud. Hustle culture is killing us, slowly. Burnout is not weakness. It's an inevitable result. Don't get it wrong. Effort and passion are beautiful values. But when society begins to equate human worth with the number of hours worked, when we start viewing exhaustion as a badge of honor instead of signal to rest, that's when things get dangerous. Research shows that burnout, the emotional and mental exhaustion caused by chronic work stress, doesn't just leave you drained. It causes long-term damage to your brain. Creativity declines. Memory fades. Even the areas of the brain related to positive emotions begin to shrink. And ironically, while you think you're getting closer to success, your nervous system is sounding the alarm. You are destroying yourself.